Hello again and welcome back to another one. And today we have topics to explore that includes a blast from the past, where hip-hop fans from over 20 years ago shared their thoughts on Eminem, and especially for those who believe that the trend to hate on Eminem is new, you're in for an eye-opener. And we also have more on King Crook revealing that he shared his retirement plans with Eminem, and as expected, Eminem wasn't feeling it, which should come as no surprise based on what Eminem said about what the thought of retiring makes him want to do on a song with Slaughterhouse. So as we dive in, if you enjoy content like this, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and find me on social media at ETLifestyle_web. So we got to revisit this gem thanks to a user on Reddit that shared it with the caption, "Found this thread that dates back to '99 when I got caught up in an internet wormhole. History repeats itself over and over, I guess." And heading to the thread, this was how it started, roughly 6 months after the Slim Shady LP dropped and 3 months before Dr. Dre dropped 2001. And the user states, "It is true Eminem's voice is wimpy, but lyrically he more than makes up for it and definitely gives the rap world a new style that sooner or later some other rappers are gonna bite if they haven't started already. And when I say the most talented, I mean it, shared the top honors with Gangsta, Wu, and maybe a couple others I forgot, but he definitely outweighs cats like Nas, EPMD, and all those other pretenders of the money/women life. The album that might knock Slim Shady's ish off #1 could probably be the new Chronic tape from Dre, and Eminem happens to be a big part of it, or most likely the upcoming Tupac's One Nation. This is my opinion." And the next reply, ironically, from a dude named Aziz, got people talking on Reddit, which we will get to later, but first, Aziz certainly wasn't a fan of that opinion and stated, "Yo, this kid is the most overrated rapper this '99. I agree that he got a new style, but lyrically he sucks. His first solo is too whack except for about one song. He needs to get lyrically skilled. Dr. Dre is one of my favorite rappers, and I wish for Chronic 2000 to be the illest rap album for this year. As Dre introduced Snoop to the world and he shines, I expect Eminem a better chance to perform a better joint. And yeah, another thing, when you talk about Eminem, don't you ever mention Tupac. They just shouldn't be in the same sentence." Aziz said Pac and M shouldn't be in the same sentence, but 5 years later from that post, Eminem produced an entire album for Pac at a time when his career also surpassed Snoop's objectively, so Aziz was wrong on all fronts. And we have to give it up to some voices of reason back then, like DJ Slide, who responded to Aziz with, "Damn man, maybe you need to listen to his album. He has to be the most creative rapper of '99. I don't know where people get off thinking he is whack. Dr. Dre has been successful with everything he has done in hip-hop. I think he knows what he's doing by now. He wouldn't put Eminem out there if he sucked." And heading back to Reddit, based on the fact that recently a former associate Aziz dissed Eminem, a user plays on this coincidence, stating, "Aziz been hating from way back in the day." And heading back to the thread, DJ Slide got reactions to his comments like this, "That's right, Eminem is independent in the way that his music is his style, not some stereotype or cliche. He's definitely the bomb. Currently my favorite rapper." And some found the thread decades later to drop responses in reaction to those that completely missed the mark in their predictions like this, "I'm from the future. Eminem is the most successful rapper ever. You guys effed up." To which another adds, "This ish is the most hilarious piece of history ever." But there's more like this from the past that I covered on this channel before, like this from January '99, before Slim Shady LP dropped, that made the rounds on Reddit. I know people have mad love for Eminem on the news group, but I don't think he's gonna blow up in a major way like people here are saying. Reasons: 1, the current state of rap is beginning another shift. It went from gangster rap to puff to a more hardcore NY sound, and now he's making a transition to the dirty South. Eminem's sound doesn't fall under the new paradigm, thus limiting his national appeal. 2, even though racial barriers are falling away in music, he's still a white rapper. Most brothers and definitely most urban mainstream radio stations aren't gonna give him the time of day. They'll dismiss him solely on the basis of him being white. 3, while the tracks are cool, they are not accessible enough for the broader audience to accept without his voice or personality being extremely captivating, and they are not. Eminem has a funny lyrical flow, but it will be a marginal footnote in hip-hop. For its time, some of these points were logical, certainly more logical than Aziz's take earlier, but a user on Reddit in reaction to this one summed up how it ended. All of his arguments make perfect sense, and yet he was wrong. I guess rap is more than just skin color, rhythms, and place of origin. In particular, I'm amused that he dismisses Eminem's lyricism when that's the very thing that propelled him to success. Goes to show that lyricism is more valuable in music than almost anything else, though it helps if the rest is also good. And as we see, Eminem is still defying odds to this day. Last year, he topped the quote-unquote hottest rappers in their peak without promotion. And moving on to the next point, Crook recently shared that the third part of his Good vs. Evil series will be his retirement album. And he stated in a tweet, "Good vs. Evil 3 will be my retirement album, gotta go out with a bang." To which a user responded with, "No, I hope it doesn't come out for a very long time. Marshall will have to have a talking to you like he did with Fat Joe." And this is what the user is referring to.
You know, M called me last week. I don't want to keep throwing his name around, but the man was trying to talk me out of retirement last week.
But Eminem already did that to Crook as he replied to that tweet with, "HA, I already talked to him about it, didn't seem to agree with my plan." And we don't have to hear the details, but it's just as this user stated. "I agree with whatever M said. The way I see it, keep doing it until you no longer want to do it. Whether that's a bang or whisper or silence." Share your thoughts below in the comments section and see you on the next one.